Just only phone number need to be given. So anything you can type. It will not anything you can just type and go in. No full registration required. Sir, Dr. Ramanan has joined. Shall we start the program, sir?
Yeah, start. We will start. Yeah. Sir, Chairman, sir, can we start? Govindarajulu, sir?
Sir, yeah. Let us start. It's already 4:15.
Yeah. There was a problem for Ramanan, sir, to join.
Oh, sure. It's great.
Dr. K. Srinivas?
Are we to start, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome you all to the launch of Agri Udaan 4.0, which is a very major activity of NAARM's Technology Business Incubator A-IDEA, which has been earlier supported by, present also being supported by many organizations like NSTDB from DST, BIRAC from DBT, and now NABARD has also joined this particular cohort to support the Technology Business Incubator of ICAR NAARM. Though now I am not exactly from the Technology Business Incubator of NAARM, but still it is close to my heart. That's why I thought I should basically start welcoming all of you. So I'll start my this particular program for the which we are all gathered is basically an Agri Udaan 4.0. So welcome to all again. I must actually welcome our chief guest and today's dignitary, Sri Govindaraju Chintala Garu, who is Chairman NABARD, and also is the latest organization, heading the latest organization which is helping A-IDEA NAARM for organizing this particular event. Welcome you, sir. I also welcome Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, Principal Secretary, Department of Industry and Commerce, Government of Telangana. He is basically the major inspiration to all of us at Telangana region, specifically at Hyderabad. In whole innovation ecosystem, everyone knows Jayesh Ranjanji as a very, very innovative, not only innovative, and created a very dynamic innovation hub in Hyderabad. Welcome you, sir, and thank you very much for joining again. I recall my memories that you have joined the same program in last year, last also when we had launched Agri Udaan 3.0. Welcome you again. I also welcome Dr. Anita Gupta ji, who is scientist G and advisor and head NSTDB, who has been pioneered, and in India they are the first to actually look into the innovation systems and establish the business incubator. First ever business incubator was established through the support of NSTDB, and Madam Anita Gupta has always been there. Apart from this, for all the accelerator programs, she has been a major force in steering it when she was when we had been given the Agri Udaan 2 as a support from NSTDB. Welcome you, madam, and thank you very much for supporting us, and in future also, not only at ABI, this business incubator A-IDEA, but I, from the headquarter point of view, request you to actually help the whole ICR system in this. Again, welcome you, ma'am. Then I welcome Professor Apparao, a mentor, a guide to us from University of Hyderabad, and he has been always a very supportive member for guiding us in different forums. Welcome you, Professor Apparao Garu. Thank you very much for joining us today again. I welcome Sri Ramanan Ramanathan Garu, who is the first mission director of Atal Innovation Mission. at Niti Aayog. He has been since 2016 when Government of India has started the startup mission in India. He has been then he joined that particular organization and has been a very dynamic leadership. Showed a dynamic leadership in this. Welcome you, sir. Thank you very much for joining again. Thank you very much for joining, Mr. Chamanlal from GIZ, who has the organization has been very open from the innovation ecosystem. And I remember my first training was sponsored by GIZ and conducted by IIM Ahmedabad. I took my training for incubation system at IIM Ahmedabad. Thank you very much for joining us, and in future AID and NAARM will be benefiting from your organization. Thank you very much and welcome again. Apart from this, I also welcome all the Vice Chancellors, Director of ICR Institute, present and past directors, Vice Chancellors. There are many past Vice Chancellors also. I welcome everybody. My colleagues from ICR headquarters, scientists from ICR institutions, representatives from other incubators, Agri Udaan partners who has been here as Agri Udaan partners, students, startup entrepreneurs across India, friends from print and media, ladies and gentlemen, I again welcome you all for this particular launch of Agri Udaan mission. What Agri Udaan is that, and what is its objective? It's basically the Food and Agribusiness Accelerator, which is the fourth cohort we are going to start. The objective is basically to select the promising startup with some traction, that is they have some market in their innovative approach in the agribusiness business, to speed up the business for the benefit of not only the startups but also the customers, who can be the farmers, who can be anyone in the whole value chain of agriculture, and to onboard the subject matter specialists, mentors and angel investors and other investors. And through them we have to attract the investments for startups through investor network. So how we do it is also, again, I think it is a time bound program, 7 months. How we do it, today's launch is there. Once the chief guest clicks the Agri Udaan startup button, it will start, the application starts getting open, and you have got 5 web shows during every week, starting from 21st May, which is given like this: 21st, 28th, 4th June, 28th June, and 18th June. And the application closes on 20th June at midnight. And after that, after evaluation, we find announcement of top 40 startups on 20th July. Followed by that, we'll be having a pitching session, online pitching session from 29th to 31st July for all these 40 startups, and finally select the top 10 startup cohort from 4th August. Once we start finalize the cohort, we will give a capacity building program and milestone stretching during 16th to 18th August. This can be a physical event or it can be a virtual event depending upon the present day situation. And also a demo day for the meet we will be doing in November, December. The date is yet to be decided because of the fluid. We have not exactly decided the date at this point of time, but this is the overall plan for Agri Udaan 4.0. And today, when you start your application and applications to demo day, it will be around 3 to 4 months of the period. Once the demo day is done, you will be entering into some sort of, the selected cohort will be entering into some sort of negotiation with investors, and investment will go on. And once the investment is there, we expect a very big growth in the startup cohort, which we are going to select in that. As of now, we had seen very bright stars in all our 3 Agri Udaan phases. In first, AgNext is there. Second, Intello Labs is there. Third, Agri Udaan Krishi Tantra is coming up very nicely. All of the 3 has got a national and international investment of couple of rounds. With the call to all the promising startup, this is my earnest request to all the promising startup to onboard Agri Udaan 4.0 flight to fly high. With this, I thank you and welcome again to witness the launch event, which will be a very nice event, and we will be listening to very senior persons in the ecosystem. Thank you very much and welcome again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the dignitaries and setting up the context. Namaste and good evening, everyone. I, Bhargavi, am grateful to have this opportunity to walk you through this auspicious event today, Agri Udaan 4.0, which happens to be India's unique food and agribusiness accelerator. Now, I would like to introduce our director, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao, ICAR NAARM and President A-IDEA, the specialist in natural resource management with a rich contribution in the areas of soil carbon sequestration, carbon balance, dryland production systems, climate change, contingency, crop planning, agriculture research management, climate policy. He did his PhD from Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi, and postdoctoral from Tel Aviv, Israel. Earlier, he served as director of Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture. He has won prestigious awards and fellowships, including Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award for Outstanding Research in Agricultural Sciences and National Academy of Agricultural Sciences. He has handled over 34 research projects and has 292 papers and authored 25 books to his credit. Now I would like to invite our director, NAARM and President A-IDEA, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao, to talk about A-IDEA's support and accelerate in incubation and acceleration.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Now let me share my presentation. Through that, I'd be Thank you very much. First of all, let me welcome again from NAARM side and all the important guests, Sri Govindarajulu Chintala, Honorable Chairman Award, Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, Principal Secretary, Government of Telangana, Madam Dr. Anita Guptaji from DST, Professor Apparauji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, Sri Ramananji, First Mission Director of Atal Innovation Niti Aayog, and Sri Chamanlalji, Director, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Project, GIZ, and my colleagues, particularly CEO Dr. Shivaramne. And also I welcome around 270 participants who have joined in the Zoom link, and also another 400 plus are watching on YouTube link. They include, without taking names, I thank you and welcome many agri startups, incubators, and members of agri-business companies, and also representatives from Confederation of Indian Industries, particularly Mr. Dinesh, many secretaries of government officials, including Government of Assam, and many Deputy Director General, former Deputy Director Generals, ADGs, current and former directors of ICR institutes from different parts of India, Honorable Vice Chancellors currently working and formerly, and many zonal technology managers of ICR Institute and also ITMU units, and several other ministry representatives. For example, I will take few names from Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Rural Development, and Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Environmental Forestry. Many people are joined from Ministry of Environment, Forestry, Climate Change, and one or two members, friends joined Ministry of Finance, Commerce, and also Ministry of Non-Renewable Resources. And also, sir, we are very happy to welcome many Krishi Vijnana Kendras have joined, and many some of the progressive farmers have joined as a model farmers, and our agri-business management students, and many international CGIAR Institute representatives joined, particularly Kiran Sharma-ji, Vani Saab, and CGIAR ICRISAT, and CIMIT, International Water Management Institute, some of our friends who are collaborated with from SAARC countries, and also few members working in different countries who are working in embassies in different countries also joined. Besides that, I welcome all scientists, NAS fellows, and members from Indira Gandhi National Forest Academies, National Academy of Sciences, National Academy of Agricultural Sciences, press and media. It's a very great privilege to welcome large participation here, diversity of the people to participate in the Agri Udaan launch. As my colleague Dr. Case has joined, have briefed what is Agri Udaan, but I would like to make what is the context of Agri Udaan why it is critically required to take overall perception about in ICR, NAARM, and AIDA and Agri Udaan. As you know, many of you know, but some of our members from various ministries have joined from other ministries and also abroad. What is Indian Council of Agriculture Research? We have a larger network in India with 100 plus ICR institutes and 11 Atari institutes and also 750 Krishi Vijnana Kendras. Our vision is to lead India attaining sustaining food, nutritional, environmental, and livelihood security through research education. And how to harness the power of science and innovation for food security, food safety, farmer prosperity, and enhance natural resource base to promote inclusive growth and sustainable development. They're very happy to that very proud moment for Indian agriculture sector this year. The current estimates say that 2020-21, our food production, last year it was 290 million tons. This year, 303.3 million tons, it is estimate. And last year, it was 319 million tons of horticulture production. Now, this year, 326.58 million tons of. Besides that, oilseeds, sugarcane. But why people question that why we need more production? We need more production for food security, nutrition, agriculture for food exports, more value to Indian agriculture. How to make that Indian agriculture as a tertiary agriculture, secondary agriculture to tertiary agriculture. At the dear sirs and madam, and 1/3 of the food production is lost in India during production and post-production. So we want to reduce the food production, various technology innovations. It is really estimated 1 lakh crore worth of food is being wasted. So through agri startups, through technology innovations, we want to reduce food losses in India. And also see that there is a great pressure on water resources, countries' water resources, soil resources, climate, biodiversity, and forest. So through technology innovations, we want to manage to reduce the pressure on natural resource management, natural resources. In India, we have one side a success story, but there are many challenges. How to meet these challenges? What are the technology innovations needed? First of all, one challenge is fragmented holding, technology management to how to manage this fragmented holding, climate change, resource degradation, weak markets, and also poor socio-economic status and low value addition to the produce, ultimately leading to low farm income. So Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICR, has developed through its network projects, several institute, Krishi Vijnana Kendras developed location-specific technology. But the urgent need is that these technologies need to make market-oriented, go-to-market strategy. That is the major, one of the important agenda now, which as we take it as a really important emerging agenda for Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Through agri-tech sector, agri-startup culture, agri-ecosystem. So when we see that the Indian agri-tech sector, Indian agri-tech sector is growing substantially. New emerging business opportunities also coming. But what are the challenges? Rising fund is a challenge for new startups. Indian companies are looking for global market to expand. So these are the things how we can make through these interventions. That is very, very important point. Honorable Prime Minister calls for the doubling of the farmers' income by 2022. Thereby, it was indicated startups are complementing the efforts of ICR Institute to create the innovations to the farmers, startup creating innovations across the value chain of agriculture subsectors. Startups are coming with the technology innovations, process innovations, supply chain innovations, and business model innovations. Above all, these are things will contribute to income improvement and prosperity of the farmers. Then Startup India initiatives of DIPP, Ministry of Commerce and Government of India. It was startup initiative was launched in 2015. Large number of startups are coming in various sectors. And agriculture sector also getting lot of momentum in that. About 2,000 agri and food startups registered with the Startup India so far, NASCOM. There are nearly 500 matured agri and food startups. These are early startups. These are the two critical points which we are dealing with Agri Udaan. Early stage startups need hand-holding and incubation support. The matured and stage-up startups need acceleration startup. Realizing these requirements,
I unmuted.
NAARM AIDEA launched India's first food and agri-business accelerator in 2015, Agri Udaan 2 2017, Agri Udaan 3 2019. Now we are launching with the honorable guest and fourth food and agri-business accelerator called Agri Udaan. Through NAARM, in fact, as you know, that all the Indian scientists come to the NAARM first. They began their journey for agriculture research system, research education, and extension system. Their journey starts from NAARM. And NAARM is recognized as a nodal training institute for entire ICR in agriculture. And last 2 years, NAARM is recognized as a think tank research policy institute for ICR in Indian agriculture. Important mission platform, we have technology innovations and incubation in ICR system, as my colleague Dr. K. Srinivas said. We have 3 divisions, strategic framework, thematic areas like research systems, information communication system in NAARM, agribusiness management, extension system, education system, and human resource. These 6 divisions, we are contributing to trainings, capacity building, think tank research policy, technology innovations, incubation in the entire country. So through this, taking this forward, how to the third objective is technology innovations and incubation ICR system. AIDEA was established in mid 2015 to unleashing innovations and entrepreneurship development in agriculture. AIDEA is called Association for Innovation Development Entrepreneurship in Agriculture Technology. This is a technology business incubator of ICR NAARM. And the journey so far, what we have achieved through AIDEA NAARM is that we have contributed ICR IP policy in 2006, 2009, Agriculture Knowledge Center was established in 2012, Business Planning and Development Unit and JTMU was established. 2014, AIDEA came to existence, and 2015, first Food and Agri Accelerator launch along with IMA Ahmedabad. 2016, ICR NAIF Incubator BIRAC Incubator Bionest, and 2017, India's second Food and Agribusiness Accelerator was launched. That was in Delhi. In 2019, Agri Udaan 3 was launched. It was in Hyderabad. Today, we are about to launch Agri Udaan 4 in 2021. So the mission of AIDEA vision is that an agri-entrepreneurship ecosystem, to build agri-entrepreneurship ecosystem in India that promotes innovation through cutting-edge technologies and economic value to the return. The mission is that to support the powerful agri-business and technology ventures through capacity building and facilitating access to the knowledge and the resources. Then, just hold on, sir. It is. Next slide. Sorry for that. Our key focus areas are sustainable inputs. Is it seen? Slides are seen, sir?
Yeah, they are visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Precision, smart agriculture, smart farming, innovative food technology, supply chain technology, fisheries, soil, water, weather technologies, farm mechanization, ICT and IoTs in agriculture, agri-fintech, animal husbandry, urban and vertical farming, agri-biotechnology, post-harvest technology, farm fresh return. These are our key focus areas, and the facilities which are available at the area of NAARM. You can see that we have conference room, training halls, working place, conference halls, and this is the overall area building, incubator building, discussions, wet lab, and on-farm and laboratory facilities. Overall, our 4 steps in this is that sensitization, incubation for early stage startups, and we are doing different activities under Krishikal, Executive EDP, Executive Development, Startup Samvad, Startup 360, Agri Udaan. So Agri Udaan is, today it is being launched, Agri 14, as our colleague said that what is the final roadmap, it was indicated. So whatever different Agri Udaans, what we have achieved so far, we have sensitized large number of students, we have incubated several incubatees, we have accelerated many cohorts, and seed investments, many are in pipeline, and 23 startups got funding. And we also, area got recognition and rewards, and this is the DST award, the Emerging Technology Incubator Award, which was received in 2018. The meeting was attended by Honorable President, and award was received from Honorable Ministry of Science and Technology. And also other recognition to area NAARM is that it was listed as a prominent incubator accelerator in India under Global Incubator Accelerator, Switzerland Global Enterprise. Area of NAARM featured in Powering Growth, a compilation of startups compiled by KPMG, Queensland government. Third one is listed as a prominent incubator in NASCOM Agri-Tech report. So the overall, the Agri Udaan's journey is that, as it was indicated, that it was launched with the help of IIM Hyderabad in 2015, first one. The accelerator focuses on catalyzing scale-up food and agribusiness startups through rigorous mentoring, industry network, and investor pitching. Agri Udaan Food and Accelerator 2 was launched in 2017, supported by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Agri Udaan 2 had various partners supporting it, namely CIAE, IMA, Caspian, Impact Investment, S-Bank, NEL, and Marico Innovation Foundation. Launched in Delhi, they followed 6 road shows in Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Pune, and Kolkata. Agri Udaan 3 Food and Agribusiness Accelerator was launched in 2019 with the support of Department of Science and Technology. It has various partners like NABARD, Caspian, Impact Investment, Agri Innovate, Omnivore, and other prominent partners. It was launched in Hyderabad, followed by 7 road shows in 7 cities: Bangalore, Pune, Patna, Lucknow, Gurgaon, Bhopal, and Guwahati. These are some glimpses of the photographs of Agri Udaan 1 in 2015, and this is Agri Udaan 2 in 2017, appeared in Times of India and covered in Financial Express. And this is Agri Udaan 3, and it was done in Hyderabad. So what is the impact of Agri Udaan? How many cities covered? 15 startups, 1186 were covered, mentored 93, cohort 28, investors 105, about 10 crores were investments. We have very happy to receive important dignitaries at AIDA NAARM, and started with NABARD, Honorable Chairman of NABARD, Sri Govindarajulu Chintalaji, and former Minister Bandar Dattatreya, now he is a governor, and several state minister secretaries visited. Professor Ramesh Chand, Niti Aayog member. Recently, in 2019, Dr. Renu's secretary DBT has visited. And another important aspect in Agri Udaan is to sensitize students. Recently, we have done sensitization program in Acharya Enjiranga Agriculture University and PV Narasimha Rao Veterinary Universities. These are some glimpses of the photographs. but we would be taking in next 4 to 5 years, we would like to cover around 50 state agriculture universities and also equally with engineering colleges. The listed are Tanvas in Tamil Nadu, Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh, SIFA in Mumbai, BCKV West Bengal, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, Central University Imphal, Assam Agriculture University, Assam, Agriculture Angrao, Bapatla, Tamil Nadu Fisheries University, Tamil Nadu, Faizabad University, Uttar Pradesh. So in this way, that students were to sensitize. Today we are very happy to welcome all of you for Agri Udaan 4 Food and Agribusiness Accelerator. As our colleague was said that a launch event is today, and he has presented the time schedules of and ended with the demo day. And we would like to complete the demo day within the year of 2021 and wanted to do physical activity, but nevertheless, we will wait and really take forward. These are the schedules which he has presented, May, July, till November, December, we will be taking to the time frames in Agri Udaan. These are the very, very important collaborators, partners for AIDR NAARM. We are very much thankful to all our collaborators and partners. And thank you very much for participating Agri Udaan launching program, each one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for leading from front and taking AIDR and Agri Udaan at higher heights. Now we will move forward for the next speaker. I would like to introduce Mr. Chamanlal Danda, Program Director, GIZ. Shri Chamanlal Danda is Director Project South Asia International Services at GIZ Central Delhi, India. He is an experienced person with a demonstrated history of working in the sustainable development, skilled in sustainable development, corporate social responsibility, government advisory, entrepreneurship, SME development, and rural development. Strong operations professional with an MBE focused in business economics from Guru Jambeshwar University. He has expertise in designing and planning new development projects in sustainable development, having national and international clients like European Commission, World Bank, multinational companies, Government of India, and various state governments. Team leader for Program for Enterprise Development and Productivity Improvement. The program supported small and micro enterprise development through better working conditions and productivity improvement. He is a national expert on SME development with cluster development focal point UNIDO at New Delhi. India for Textile Cluster of Ludhiana, Tirupur, Jaipur, and Bangalore. He has been pushing entrepreneurship through promotion of MSME in the country. I would like to invite Shri Chamanlal ji to talk about GIZ efforts in promoting entrepreneurship.
Thank you very much, Dr. Srinivas Rao, to giving me an opportunity on this platform.
Welcome, sir.
And dignitaries on the dais, our respected chairman from Rabat, Mr. Ramanan from Niti Aayog, dignitaries off the dais as well. Today, I think the subject is quite close to my heart, and I would like to put my heart on rather than a presentation. Agriculture, for me, is a growth engine for socio-economic development of the society at large. And it's important not only for our country, but for the worldwide, for the societies who need socio-economic development. And innovation, the subject which we have chosen for the today's Accelerator 4.0, I would say the innovation, be it from any sector, they will somewhere relate to agriculture. If it is mechanized sector, the innovation would go to the agriculture implements. If it is climate or environment, maybe it's budding husk, or maybe it's about water, it's about any technology which could then minimize the impact of environment, would also then lead to the developments in the agriculture sector. Be it medicinal plant, or be it livestock or medical sciences for the livestock and animal husbandry, that relates to the allied sector of agri. Be it textile or natural fiber, be it food and food technology, whatever we do in our industry or in our private sector, one way or other, it relates to agri. And the agri is something which relates to the lives of the people in general, society at large, GDP of the nations. And that's where I think the the invite to all the startups today who are planning to participate in this Accelerator 4.0. I would say you're going to join a growth engine, or you're going to contribute to the society whereby your innovations or your businesses, your entrepreneurship skills would not only touch the lives, but also the nation building, also the uplifting of the youth and the areas which does not have the privilege. On top of it, I would say, with all the satisfaction, you will get, or you will create the wealth which you are going to create out of your entrepreneurial skills. So what else one would need? If you can see that you are contributing to the people's life, you're contributing to the national GDP, you're contributing to the climate, the world over, and on top of it, you are creating wealth for yourself. I would say it's a win-win for all of you who are planning to join this Accelerator 4.0. And with this background, I would a little bit touch upon my organization, GIZ, German International Corporation. We are working in 120 countries worldwide on behalf of German government, our ministry BMZ, Ministry of Economic Cooperation. In India, we are present for more than 60 years. We have recently celebrated. The sectors we are working in India currently is energy, climate change, agriculture, urban development, and private sector development, including skill development. We are working quite closely with NABARD. I would say Dr. Chintana, that NABARD has been a cooperation partner for GIZ within the country and outside the country. Maybe on a given opportunity, bilaterally, I would like to strengthen this association, not only in India, but taking this kind of a development beyond India to neighboring countries or to least developed countries in Africa or Latin America, along with you. Currently, GIZ is running a program on innovations where we have design and thinking workshops. ICAR is participating in Delhi. We have the second layer is where we are developing the capacity building of the incubation and startup by taking them or showing them to the ecosystem in Germany. Because of the COVID-19, we are now doing it virtual. The applications are out. I will ask my colleagues to get in touch with Dr. Srinivas Rao, where all of you who are participating here can also put your application to this German virtual tool. The third initiative is about matching with the investors. There also we would invite all of you to participate. Lastly, we have recently launched a program on COVID-19 innovations. We would be very happy if any of your innovations fall under supporting current COVID-19 scenario or post-COVID-19 scenario, whereby in agriculture you could see the post-COVID-19 scenario and your innovations could be of support to them. So this is in a nutshell what we are doing from GIZ side. And in the last, I would say all the startup and buddy startups who are going to participate in this Accelerator 4.0, wish them good luck and ask them to be the pilot of this growth engine. Floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the importance and acute need of promoting entrepreneurship to provide impetus to countries' economic and social development. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. R. Ramanan, former Mission Director of the Atal Innovation Mission and Additional Secretary at Niti Aayog, a flagship national innovation and entrepreneurship initiative launched by the PMO Government of India, and in fact, he's the first Mission Director of the program. He has been instrumental in the launch and execution of several nationwide innovation and entrepreneurship initiatives through this mission. He is lifetime chair of HBS AMP 187, board member of Israel-India Innovation Forum, E-Samsiksha, Unnati, chair of New Zealand Trade Enterprises Beachheads, board member of Indo-US Technology Trade Forum, Indo-US AI Committee, and former member of Tata Group Innovation Forum. With this brief introduction, I invite Sri Ramanan ji to brief about national policy on startups.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share the dais with this very, very distinguished set of speakers and experts from different parts of the country. First of all, I do hope that everyone is safe and healthy in spite of this very difficult COVID-19 circumstances, and that all of you are practicing the necessary safeguards advocated by your health authorities, by your local government, or by your local institution. Indeed, we are living in very, very unique times, difficult times, of course. A simple virus has paralyzed countries across the world. It has created grievous disruption to lives and livelihoods. It has created grievous disruption of supply chains. It had created national lockdowns under whose effects we are all still reeling. More importantly, it has also created a fear of uncertainty about what the future holds for us altogether in the years to come. What about other pandemics that may be lurking in the horizon? Or what about other climate change related issues that we have been talking about, but we have not experienced the full ferocity of, but which is definitely there and which is starting to affect many places across the world. What about challenges that we face in India? As a country which is one of the fastest growing economies of the world over the last several years, barring the COVID-19 crisis, but which is a country which is also having tremendous challenges. We have, after all, 1.3 billion people to take care of. Out of these 1.3 billion people who are spread over 715 districts of our country, 115 of them are called aspirational districts because they are at the bottom of the pyramid in terms of basic access to healthcare, education, clean drinking water, sanitation, waste management, or affordable housing. We have more than 650,000 villages in our country and more than close to 8,000 small towns and cities, which are surrounded by fields and farms. And at the same time, we have only 8 tier 1 cities to which everybody is trying to flock and create their livelihoods and improve the quality of their lives. So clearly, this is an unsustainable proposition in the long run, unless we have a very holistic approach of addressing the challenges of our country. After all, 44% of our country is agri-economy based. 22% of our country is still below the poverty line. And it is important for us to ensure that we carry everybody along, just as Dr. Chaman very, very significantly and very poignantly said, that socio-economic progress is the need of our country and the need of the hour. But at the same time, with all of these challenges, there are several factors which are very encouraging for our country. We have what they call as a demographic dividend, with more than 65% of our country under 35 years old. Now that's a tremendous energetic force that is available for our country to tap into. We have more than 1.4 million schools in our country, more than 10,500 engineering and related institutions, more than 39,000 colleges, and we have 150 million young students, energetic students, entrepreneurial students, students who want to make a change, who want to make an impact through their ideas and through their imagination. So how do we ensure that we leverage this tremendous advantage that we have, this demographic dividend advantage? The second is, of course, that we are one of the fastest growing economies of the world. We have been growing at 6 to 8%. And when we have been growing at that rate, it is very important for such an economy and a vibrant economy to be able to be present in order to foster entrepreneurship and to foster innovation. We have the venture capital capability and the risk capability and the risk appetite to be able to support our startups and support our entrepreneurs. And thirdly, we are living in a world which is being changed by technology on a daily basis. Technology is becoming affordable, accessible, available, and advanced. 3D printing is revolutionizing the way you are able to conceptualize, design, define, prototype, and manufacture right in front of your eyes. IoT technology, or Internet of Things, is being integrated into man, machine, device, soil, space, and is able to create and capture very important information management systems because of the data that it is capturing. 5G and advanced communication technologies and satellite technologies are able to relay this data from point to point or from point to several points and make them available for big data analytics and processing by advanced algorithms and advanced computing and supercomputing and nanocomputing capabilities. And therefore, artificial intelligence, which was so far considered to be one of those abstract things that we always talk about, has become a reality. We have the ability to process large amounts of data communicated from large amount of devices as well as equipment as well as machines as well as from the soil, and I said as well as from the space, and we are able to process them with powerful algorithms to make sense and to be able to give meaningful decision-making systems to help our young innovators use them in any field of their choice. And therefore, we are in a very important era, an era that is going to be defining Indian entrepreneurship and innovation, and an era where we are at a watershed moment, so to say, in being able to impact not only our country, but the rest of the world. And therefore, this particular Agri Udaan 4.0, which was very eloquently and very comprehensively covered by Dr. Srinivas, is very, very important. After all, the innovation capability that one has in the agri area is enormous. Every aspect that we talk about in life is touched by agriculture, whether it is the farmer's productivity, whether it is more innovative farming tools and techniques, whether it is leveraging precision agriculture as the Israelis have done to be able to create food and export food from a desert. They are exporting water from a desert, and they are leveraging IoT technology, sensor technologies, and powerful data processing and image processing technologies to be able to create farms, highly productive farms in a desert. Now we are in India, one of the most vibrant and one of the most fertile places of the world. So imagine the impact that we can create by leveraging technologies like IoT and satellite communication and satellite imaging for the benefit of the farmer. And then we have cloud services, which is enabling the reach and cutting the distance and enabling the world to be a market for our agri products and value-added food processing products. And there is tremendous need for innovation in value-added food processing. We are one of the largest producers of milk in the world, but we are woefully behind in terms of food products or milk products or dairy products. A small country like New Zealand with 3 million people and 33 million sheep is one of the largest exporters of dairy products in the world. A small country like Netherlands is one of the largest producers of value-added food processing products and cheese products in the world. Now, why can't India aspire and indeed achieve all of this? Now, that requires us to leverage innovation to the hilt. It is not just innovation in the farm, or it is not just innovation to reach the market, but there is a whole lot of innovation that is required in between. We need innovative storage management systems. We need innovative distribution and supply chain management systems. We need very innovative market access systems and e-commerce system, so that products that are created in Salem can sell in San Francisco, or from Sikkim to Seattle, or from Jodhpur to Japan. That is the opportunity that we all have to be able to leverage technology and digital transformations to revolutionize our agri systems and our agri products. And therefore, it has been of tremendous joy for me to hear the way Agri Udaan has been able to stimulate startups and be able to encourage them in their growth. We have more than 1,186 startups, as they have mentioned. And that is a fantastic number. Just in the last several years, that Atal Innovation Mission has been launching and fostering startups through our 75 plus incubators and more than 2,000 startups that have come out of it. What has pleased me more, and what is also very important for this conference to address, is how we can enable women-led startups and women-led entrepreneurs in the agri revolution. We need women agripreneurs because they are the people who are out there in the fields and in the farms and the remote districts of our country and the coastal districts of our country, who need innovative rural microfinancing, who need innovative MSME mechanisms and schemes for them to access, and who need ability to become agripreneurs in their own right. One of the biggest findings that we had in Atal Innovation Mission was that 33% of our startups are women-led startups and women-led entrepreneurs. And many of them are actually agripreneurs. More than 2,000 startups came up in the last 3 years, but 650 of them are women-led startups. Now that again is an opportunity that we should not miss. I think there are many other speakers who are going to share a whole lot on the various initiatives that are happening in this country. But all I can say at this point in time is never in the history of our country has been such an opportune moment for innovation, for entrepreneurship to blossom and take India forward. We are already among the top 48 innovative nations of the world. How do we move into the global top 10 within the next 10 years? Is that a possibility? According to me, yes. And why? Because we have the challenges and we have the people who can solve these challenges. And we have this youth force and we have technology. We have grown to be one of the largest exporters of IT and ITS products just in the last 10 years. But now is the time, through stimulating innovation, encouraging and supporting it through Agri Udaan 4.0 and similar initiatives like Atal Innovation Mission or the DST incubators or the DBT incubators across the country, that we have a tremendous opportunity to make an impact and create solutions that the world needs and India needs. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share a few thoughts on this particular occasion. And I greatly appreciate this particular conference and wish everyone in this conference all the very best. And may all the startups who take this initiative, don't please look back. There is no word called fail in your dictionary. The word fail is the first attempt in learning, or you have success. If you have that attitude, and this is not being said by me, this was said by Dr. Abdul Kalam, who came from the small, humble town of Rameshwaram, who dreamt big and made an impact and rose on to become one of the finest scientists India has seen and the world has seen, and rose on to become one of the finest human beings and the president of our country. That is the opportunity that we have. Please take it, embrace it, and you will succeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the national policies and supporting and scaling startups and youths on global canvas with sustenance. Moving on to our next speaker, I would like to introduce Professor Appa Rao, Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, who is steering research and innovations in the university. Professor P. Appa Rao is an eminent scientist, educator, and academician of par excellence with 30 years of teaching and research experience in the area of molecular plant microbe interactions. He's a gold medalist in MSc and completed his PhD from Sardar Patel University in Gujarat and postdoc from Taiwan and Germany. He is recipient of many awards such as JC Fellowship Award of DST, Tata Innovation Fellowship of DBT, and he was also awarded the Millennium Plaques of Honor for his achievements in life sciences by Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi in 2017. He is an elected fellow of all national academics and has authored several books and research papers. May I now invite Professor P. Appa Rao to talk about agriculture and biotechnology startups.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your nice words. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the Agri Udaan NAARM for this launch of Agri Udaan 4.0, which is an evolutionary step. Since 2015, the Institute has promoted the agri entrepreneur, accelerating the agri entrepreneurship through this Agri Udaan programs. And this being the fourth version of it, I would like to congratulate the Institute, which has nurtured the agri entrepreneurship ecosystem in the country. And particularly, I would like to congratulate Dr. Srinivas Rao for this wonderful initiative and for pushing the culture and then encouraging more and more young entrepreneurs to take their path in agriculture and then contribute to the GDP of the country. The ecosystem, particularly the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Telangana, has been promoted, of course, by one of our the dignitaries, Dr. Sri Jayesh Ranjanji is going to speak. Jayesh Ranjanji has been instrumental in promoting several entrepreneurship activities in the state of Telangana, and Government of India, of course, just now we heard Ramananji talking about the Atal initiative, and there are many other things that have been happening ever since. I'm sure Madam is there, Dr. Anita Gupta, the DST has started the first of those technology business incubators and started supporting this entrepreneurship ecosystem. In University of Hyderabad has been one of the first beneficiaries of the technology business incubators. And subsequently, we were supported by the Department of Electronics through a TIDE program. And now recently, for the last 4 years, we are supported under BioNest by BIRAC. And for all this, in the last 3 to 4 years, we have set up more than 30,000 square feet, best of the best facilities to promote this entrepreneurship ecosystem. And several excellent startups have joined us. And of course, through rigorous selection, we are selected. And the BioNest, particularly the BIRAC promoted BioNest and the TBI, have been supporting the biotechnology and pharma related startups. And in the recent pandemic also, we have seen several, at least a few of them have made outstanding contributions, these startups, for to find remedy to the COVID-19 in one form or other. Further, University of Hyderabad also has been, we have been talking about the cross-industry technologies that are supporting the agriculture, and one of our faculty members with another company located in Coimbatore has taken up initiatives to make use of the blockchain technologies for agriculture, and it is one of the successful projects that is being implemented through a tripartite association with the company, with the University of Hyderabad and another industry. These are a few things that we have been doing at University of Hyderabad to promote biology related and biotechnology related and pharmacy related entrepreneurship activities. All that I would like to mention is that for some long time ago, if we would not have thought of producing something like feedstock from algae, but we are producing now feedstock from algae. And we never thought there can be a commercial agriculture in hydroponics, but it has become a reality. And we never thought that we will be able to produce something like bioplastics, making use of plants, or maybe, of course, microorganisms are also used on the other side. All these things have become possible because of the innovative ideas that have been brought in. And the day may not be far where we would be having a desert agriculture, or maybe we will have something like seawater based farming. All these things also may become possible if the innovations reach that greater height. A few important points that I wanted to communicate or share with you on this platform. The use of new technologies. Of course, there are no more new technologies. Like, for example, the vertical farming has become a reality, has become a routine farming these days, and several companies have come up. Several thousands of hectares of area is covered under this vertical farming as well. But then, when we look at the developments in science, the plant breeders have put in tremendous efforts to organize, to orchestrate the canopy of the plant, and to design the inflorescence, to design the photosynthetic efficiency. All these things have been bred through. And when we combine those efforts of the breeders with a simple step of innovation with this vertical farming, the beneficial effects that we have are several fold. It is not 1 + 1 becoming 2. What has become is 1 + 1 has sometimes become 8 or 9. That is remarkable success. That is where there is a need for a cross hybridization of technologies and ideas coming from other sources. Ramnanji has highlighted, and in fact, there are multiple ways in which the IoT and the AI have been penetrating in every sphere of life. And these have found tremendous applications in our agriculture as well. And I'm sure some of these entrepreneurs who are going to participate, who will be applying for this Agri Udaan, applicants for Agri Udaan 4, looking for accelerating their technologies, I'm sure several of them may be having a combined applications of bringing cross-industry technologies, bringing into this picture and then to see to it that it is successful. And similarly, when I was talking about the breeding technology, plant breeders' efforts, the precision agriculture, which has been adequately mentioned, I would like to say with this precision agriculture, the water use efficiency or pest management efficiency or evaluating the soil conditions, several things which otherwise would have been so complicated for people who have become so easy for us to take it forward now. And lastly, I would like to make a mention.
Sir, you are muted.
Sir, you have to unmute, sir. Yeah.
Lastly, that I would like to make a mention of the microbiome-based technologies that are likely to make a big impact with the possibility of developing synthetic communities for the cultivation of crops. One important aspect for this agriculture, the beautiful part of the agriculture related aspects is that you can have a very local application, a very local application developed, or you can develop for a region, you can develop for the nation, you can develop for the world. There are multiple avenues for entrepreneurs to test their ideas at any level, and then they can combine with all that I feel is it's a combination of technologies, both agriculture, advancements in agriculture, if they are combined appropriately with the other technologies, particularly the ICT-based technologies like IoT or AI, or some of these technologies, if we bring in, there will be a big change in the agriculture. And I'm sure all of us are going to witness wonderful revolution. And at the end, I would like to once again congratulate the AIDA NAARM for promoting this kind of culture in the country, and then being the, although you are talking about being an accelerator, you are yourself an accelerator entirely for this ecosystem in this country. And I congratulate you and wish good luck to the participants of Agri Udaan 4.0. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and wisdom, aligning the needs of agri-entrepreneurship in the country. Moving on to our next speaker, I would like to introduce Dr. Anita Gupta, Scientist G, Advisor and Head, NSTDB, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dr. Gupta is a doctorate in engineering from IIT Delhi by qualification and an administrator by profession with over 20 years of experience in managing Government of India-led programs on innovation and entrepreneurship. She is currently Head of Innovation and Entrepreneurship in the Department of Science and Technology. She has played a pioneering role in steering the horizontal and vertical growth of innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups in the country. She has been a lead catalyst in establishing over 100 technology business incubators at institutions of academic excellence, including IITs, IIMs, NITs, and business incubators at institutions, other private universities. She has also been instrumental in carving out of a new umbrella initiative, NIDHI, National Initiative for Development and Harnessing Innovations, under Prime Minister's National Initiative of Startup India. At national level, she possesses the enriching blend of experience in promoting not only the startups based on technologies of excellence, but also in empowerment of the society through nurturing micro enterprises based on technologies of relevance. In fact, she has played a major role through guiding AIDA Incubation Center at NAARM. Now, I invite Dr. Anita Gupta to speak on DST support for acceleration.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Good evening and greetings from Department of Science and Technology to one and all. I must recognize the presence of Professor Appa Rao, Dr. Srinivas Rao, Mr. Chaman Lal, Mr. Ramanan, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, and Dr. G.R. Chintala. It's a huge honor for me to be part of this very reputed Agri Accelerator known as Agri Udaan, which is in the 4th edition, being 4.0, Agri 4.0. As all of you are aware, DST has played a very pioneering role in last 3 decades for fostering innovation, entrepreneurship across the country. In fact, the National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, which is entrusted with the key responsibility of making the ecosystem more enabling for startups, innovators, led by science and technology and innovation across the country, has already laid the key building blocks in the last 2 decades when we rolled out the program on technology business incubation. But as we analyze the whole scenario, the landscape, the credit goes to the national initiative, the ambitious initiative of our Honorable PM. From 2016 onwards, we could see the way all the ecosystem players, be it governments, be it the institutions, be it the investors, be it the corporates, and the state governments, who have collectively come forward and they have created an orchestra of innovations. Everybody is working in symphony to create that orchestra. And as DST is not focusing on any, it's a sector agnostic kind of incubation program we support. But now of late, we have seen that it's so crucial to focus on very relevant areas by mapping the needs of the country. And agri sector happens to occupy a very prominent position. Currently, as we speak now, we have created close to 160 incubators across the country. As just shared it, we have really touched upon all the national institutions of importance. And if we really bifurcate, agri happens to occupy close to 8% of our incubation portfolio. And if you see the Startup India listing in the portal, there are collectively 795 incubators and accelerators listed as of now, and bulk of them are obviously by DST and cumulative by our Government of India efforts. And there are many private accelerators, corporate-driven accelerators, which have already find a place in that particular list. 48,000 startups are DPIIT registered, the nodal body for Startup India. And we in DST every year are supporting and touching upon close to 6,000 innovators startups through a variety of programs. But like when we really mapped the innovation to market value chain, we figured out there were visible links where we had to focus on, starting from the generating a good pipeline of innovator startups to scout for across India. And that's how we came with a very visible need. That was where's the funding for idea to prototype. Prayas program is the one which caters to that particular need. And then we came out the fellowship program, EIR, Entrepreneur Residence, all under the umbrella of a flagship program now, Nidhi. Nidhi has taken really good visibility across the country. As already shared, it stands for National Initiative for Developing and Harnessing Innovation. So we have systematically tried to address the gaps in the pre-incubation phase, the incubation where we provide the seed support program under Nidhi, and then very important component, because once the startups are really under the umbrella of incubator, they are much more protected in terms of they have not seen the real life market conditions where it is so very difficult to sustain and grow. And that's how we figured out, like, the startups which undergo the incubation program, we don't see them much in the news in terms of scaling up. And really that was the felt need. And that's how we came with the program, which is a cohort-based program, Nidhi Accelerator Program, wherein many of the accelerator programs are very sector focused, as the Agri Udaan, and there are many fintech, medtech happening across the country which we support. So this sector focused accelerator program, wherein the application is scouted from across the country, as shared by the journey of Agri Udaan. The road shows are conducted, and like that's how you sensitize the startups to be a part of this application process. And once this is done, you zero on the set of cohort. There's a strong and deep engagement with the mentors. And the way in a 3 to 6 months time frame, the startups are curated to a level they generate enough confidence and some sort of a credibility that the kind of solution which is being proposed has a taker in the market. There's a good market, product to market fit, and then they are ready to pitch before the set of investors in terms of enhancing their investment readiness. So that kind of curation is through the accelerator program, a very focused one, because the cohort size is normally limited
Normally,
to
I don't know.
10 to 15 startups. And as shared by you, Intello Labs happens to be the star startup through our many incubation program as well. I could see the story shared by one of our agri-based incubator, Indigram Labs also. So how the integration of emerging and deep tech area, like whether it's computer vision, whether it's AI, to really grade the agri produce and enhance the quality of the produce. So you can have the niche clientele and a premium being taken for in terms of the pricing part. And sky is the limit, because India, although we say 1.3 billion of people, but we are having the highest number of smartphone users in the country, and Aadhaar, and we have to really figure out the ways the agri kind of services sector could bring disruptions in the agri domain. And there are multiple, apart from the precision manufacturing. We have many startups in this domain, like who are working on the micro grid or off-grid based cold storage kind of solutions to be provided for the farmers. So it is not only focusing on the farm to factory or farm to folks. The entire landscape has to be really touched upon through various interventions. And when it comes to investment, there are series of impact investors who have started really taking interest, scouting for the startups in this domain. And if you really scan the kind of profile, it's not only agri professionals who are, you see the alums from the IIMs, IITs are now targeting this sector, and thus it has a lot to offer. We have seen in the uncertain times and pandemic times, where there was lockdown, agri services was the part of the essential services. So this has become it is the soul of the ecosystem. And if you see the GDP contribution, it has really enhanced last year. It is close to 20%. Agriculture is contributing to the GDP, close to touching upon 20% of the GDP. And just to also share about the kind of accelerator programs DST has in the agri domain, we have supported one with Pusa Krishi at ICAR on an international level with Brazil. It was a bilateral level of cooperation. This was undergoing, but like due to pandemic, it has to really had a prolonged period of completion. We also have Millennium Alliance program, which is focusing on sustainable development goals. There also we enable startups to really reach out to other global markets where they have they could see whether it's Africa, whether other developing countries, which is also in partnership with USAID and UK government. Apart from all this, India Innovation Growth Program, which is also our one of the flagship power of ideas with Economic Times, all this we have been able to spot some of the brightest agri-based startups in the country. And I would urge upon, as we move forward as a part of our policy and the new normals being created because of pandemic, what we are thinking is we have to work on a very strong collaborative approach to really enable startups to scale up and attain the market success one is aspiring to be. And while government provides being the key facilitator and the catalytic support provider during the initial stages, but we cannot think of if our corporate industry come forward, gives the startups a sort of a paid pilot, helps them to validate their products. So whether it's agri, whether it's and investors also. So that complete value chain we have to it should be our collective vision for shared purpose, shared responsibility, and that's the ultimate aim we are aiming for. And DST is about to roll out a new policy, Science and Technology Innovation Policy 2021, which is going to be built on the pillars of it has to be inclusive, it has to be evidence-based, it has to be bottom-up approach, and it has to be expert-driven. So there we would see agriculture also finding a very prominence the way we move forward in the scaling of the STI value chain across the country. We are shortly rolling out a new variant of incubation program known as inclusive TBI, because we are focusing on a very good geographical balance and mix across the country, be it northeast, be it hilly areas, be it the areas which are devoid of such kind of facilities. If we truly want to make products driven by startups for India and also make for the world, so we have to have a clear differentiation of products for relevance and products of excellence as we move forward. And just to conclude, we are happy to work with all the like-minded organizations, institutions, experts, because it's a collective mission to make India as a powerhouse of startups. Or we are already number 3, and given the scenario, given the talent, given the overall response we are getting of late, I think it's days not far when we are in the we become the topmost nation, startup nation for the country, and churning out valuable products across the domains, including agriculture sector. Once again, I would like to wish upon the entire leadership of NAARM, which has already created a name by itself, a brand by itself, as we had seen, witness the journey of this NAARM, and especially AIDEA through Agri Udaan. I would like to congratulate to one and all the leadership as well as the organizers behind the whole show. I wish all the participants who will be participating in this Agri Udaan 4.0 a great success. Thank you.
I express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Anita Gupta in promoting the growth phase startups across domains through acceleration support. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, IT, E&C, Government of Telangana. Shri Jayesh Ranjan is All India topper of his IAS batch of 1992. He holds a master degree in psychology from Delhi University, a degree in business management from the Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, and a master's in public management from National University of Singapore. He has many laurels to his credit with regard to international engagements. Presently, he is serving as Principal Secretary of the Industries and Commerce and Information Technology Departments of the Telangana government. He is involved in developing policy frameworks, attracting new investments, identifying opportunities for utilizing IT in various government processes, and promoting the digital empowerment of the citizens. He has worked on several rural assignments for over 12 years, which includes diverse sectors like tribal development, natural resources management, poverty alleviation, and other related social development sectors. Now, I invite Shri Jayesh Ranjan ji to give his talk on Telangana startup ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bhargavi. Good evening, fellow panelists. Good evening to all the invitees. Dr. Srinivas Rao Garu, Director of NAARM, Dr. G.R. Chintala, Chairman NABARD, other dignitaries. First of all, my heartfelt congratulations to the entire team, which is pioneering, which is spearheading Agri Udaan 4.0. As was mentioned in the introduction, I was present when the third cohort was launched, and I'm very happy to see that that cohort has completed its engagements very successfully. And now we are in the process of launching the fourth cohort. And again, in the introduction, when the success stories of the previous cohorts was mentioned, it gives all of us immense joy and pride that the accelerator program is perfectly fulfilling all the expectations that everyone has of it. I have no doubt in my mind that the fourth cohort also will be as successful as the previous 3 months. If we look at excuse me, if we look at what is happening around us, if we look at what is happening around us, particularly since last year when this pandemic has gripped the entire world, while there have been so many depressing and gloomy aspects of our economy, of our society. One shining spot, at least in Telangana, has been the agriculture sector. In fact, last year, some of you may be aware that our agriculture production broke all records. For many crops, even the productivity numbers were very, very high. So we had record production, we had record productivity, and something similar is likely to be replicated this year also. So agriculture has been one shining spot which potentially can offset all the deacceleration of the economy, all the depressing developments that we are seeing all around us since the last 1 year. And again, many speakers pointed out about the very important national goal of doubling farmers' income. As all of us know, this is a long cherished goal and also a long pending goal. Not only the present national government, but the government which was there before them also had focused a lot on doubling farmers' income. That was one of their flagship programs. And the current government in Delhi and the states also have taken up the responsibility to make this happen. But what one notices or observes it that despite record production, despite record productivity, we are yet to see sufficient value capture happen closer to the levels of production. Most of the value capture is happening elsewhere. So people who are trading in agriculture commodities, who are doing higher levels of value addition, they are definitely becoming more prosperous. But for the producers, we still have a long way to go to doubling their incomes. And we are very convinced in Telangana that technology can potentially play a very important role in ensuring that actually the farmers' incomes double and not the middleman or the trader or the higher level value add person who does the value addition. Of course, they are also important players in the chain, but the real challenge or the real success or the real accomplishment for all of us will be if more value capture happens closer to the levels of production. So, as I said, since the last 1 year, looking at the agriculture scenario in the country and also in Telangana, we have started working on bringing technology to different aspects of the agriculture production chain. And we have an organization called RICH, R-I-C-H. RICH, along with the Agriculture University, Agriculture Department, the private companies, startups, all the stakeholders put together have started working in this direction. We have first of all identified all aspects of the agriculture production chain, which includes preparatory work, farm work, harvest, post-harvest, taking it to the market, and even issues like agriculture insurance in the circumstances of crop failure, etc. And for every aspect of the agriculture chain, we have been able to identify or inventorize what are the solutions that are available today, technology-enabled solutions. They could have come from the world of startups, they could have come from the world of large technology companies, but whatever it is, we have been able to list out almost 80 plus such potential solutions which can help the farmers. And again, we are very fortunate that the Agriculture Department and the Agriculture University, they have agreed to try out some of these solutions. So in the last cropping season, 7 of these solutions were tried out. Some more are getting tried out now. And there are other stakeholders also who have joined hands with Telangana government. Some of you may be aware that World Economic Forum, WEF, is also betting very big on technology-led development in India. And they have partnered with Telangana government for a very innovative program, which is called AI for AI, Artificial Intelligence for Agriculture Innovation. And for that also, some grand challenges are currently under evaluation. And we are getting some very encouraging initial results from trying out some of these ideas. There is a national e-governance plan for agriculture, NEGPA, for which also Telangana is one of the few states which has been onboarded by national government. And under NEGPA also, some innovative technology-led developmental work is happening in the agriculture sector. So the point which I'm trying to make is that the innovation system, the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the agriculture domain, in particular in Telangana, is extremely rich. There is already a very good platform in which government is, of course, the main stakeholder, but we have been able to bring together other partners also. And at this point in time, NAARM and Agri Udaan joining hands with us, strengthening this platform, helping us do more outreach, also bringing domain knowledge, because the kind of expertise NAARM has, particularly in terms of agri marketing, etc., that is something very, very unique for the country. So I would invite Dr. Srinivas Rao, Professor Srinivas, other members of your team to actually be a part of the rich work which is happening in agriculture in Telangana, and bring all the Agri Udaan participants, not just from the fourth cohort, but even the earlier ones. Please reconnect all of them with us. We'd like to evaluate their solutions and give them actual opportunity to work in Telangana, where some very path-breaking work is happening for the farmers. So I would connect with all of you separately as well, and let us structure something very organized so that we are able to work together and synergize our activities. My congratulations to you once again, Dr. Srinivas Rao, and rest of your team. And thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you, sir. I express my gratitude for having shared Telangana government's initiatives and policies for upscaling agri startups. We will definitely be a part of RICH. Books are the source of spreading knowledge and recording the history. ICAR NAARM has documented its entrepreneurial journey and agribusiness education program in the form of 2 books. May I now request the chief guest of the program, Shri G.R. Chintala, Chairman of NABARD, to release the books.
Yeah.
The first book, Fostering Agri-Based Entrepreneurship in India. This publication provides comprehensive coverage of planned activities of AIDA of NAARM with the support of NABARD TBI, and provides a valuable source of information for incubators and startups and prospective incubatees in agripreneurship. This also showcases the journey of AIDA in supporting incubatees working on problem-confronting Indian agriculture, and the variety of businesses that are graduated from AIDA, making it one of the most sought-after incubator in the sphere of agribusiness at national level. The second book is Agribusiness Management Education at NAARM, Making Agri-Graduates Industry-Ready and Entrepreneurs. This book highlights the impact of the 2 years PGDM Agribusiness Management Program offered by ICAR NAARM since 2009. The publication has documented the changes the program underwent in its 12 years of its journey to keep itself positioned to meet the quality human resource requirements of agribusiness industry. We hope this book will help prospective students to know about scope and prospects of agribusiness management education in India. Thank you, sir, for releasing the books.
Thank you.
Agri Udaan is an unique opportunity for growth phase agri startups to scale the startups beyond the boundaries. I now invite the Chief Guest of the program, Shri G.R. Chintala, Chairman of NABARD, to launch Agri Udaan 4.0.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be part of this launching ceremony of Agri Udaan 4.0, a flagship accelerator program of AIDA of NAARM. At the outset, I take this opportunity to compliment the Director, Dr. Srinivas Rao, who is the President of AIDA, and his entire team for organizing the event despite the challenges posed by the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. And it's gratifying to listen to great speakers before me, namely Sri Ramanan, Sri Appara Pudili, Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, Dr. Anita Gupta, and Dr. Chamanlal Danda, besides Dr. Srinivas Rao, who gave so much of an insight into what exactly is happening in the country, and really how important is this kind of an innovations for the agriculture. Now, being the developmental financial institution dedicated to agriculture, I know the importance of this entire kind of a startup culture, as Indian agriculture is right now is undergoing a tremendous change, as I experience, because I am speaking to most of the chief ministers, I'm speaking to the entrepreneurs, I'm speaking to the farmers, and to policymakers. Wherever you go, actually right now that Indian agriculture is in a kind of a cusp, it is undergoing a change. And really the startups are going to be the next generation growth engines for not only the agriculture, but also the country's economy as a whole. So now being the financial, because I wear two hats. One is I wear the hat of a financier or the developmental financier. And also I wear the hat of a supporter of the startups, as we have a NAB Ventures, which supports the venture capital attempts of many of the startups in the country. And so now I'm very happy that this 4.0 that Agri Udaan is going to again nurture some of the people who are taking up these startups as their way of life, and also contribute to the entire scenario in the agriculture development. So now I just like to take few moments to see really what exactly my observations about the whole of this agriculture, and also the startups, really how actually the startups which can really change the face of agriculture of the present day. The pandemic in itself and its effect on our economy has been the center point of almost every discussion and every forum that I have attended over the last year or so. All these discussions largely veered and converged towards the approaches and measures required for mitigating the adverse impact of the pandemic, both on human lives as well as of the economy. While I believe that the COVID-19 virus may be here to stay for some more time, it is imperative that we change the narrative of our discussions on how to use the lessons from these defining moments in mankind history to reshape our lives and make it more resilient even in the days to come. I am sure there are many examples of resilience that all of us might have seen during the last 1 year of the pandemic. I have no hesitation to say that agriculture has been one such sector which has shown utmost resilience by defying all odds. The previous speakers were also telling about this one, but I can say that for the GDP of this year, agriculture has contributed substantially. Thanks to the unrelenting efforts of our farmers and the efficient supply chain that we have, the availability of our daily quota of food has always ensured, even during these most difficult times. From the perspective of Apex Development Bank in the country, I would like to share my prognosis about what the agriculture sector holds in terms of untapped potential and how startups in agri and technology space can act as catalysts to make agriculture a dominant driver of growth and incomes in our country. Agriculture sector, as I have already mentioned, has remained the sole silver lining and registered a growth of 3.4% during the previous year. Almost all quarters, it was registering a very positive growth. Again, it's not about the growth alone. Even in the absolute terms, the country has seen a never before record agricultural production of 303 million tons of food grains. This is besides more than 350 million tons of fruits, vegetables, then cotton, oilseeds, pulses, all those things were not taken. This gives a tremendous comfort to all of us as it takes care of the national food security. On the other hand, horticulture sector, where there has been a great deal of governmental focus over the last decade or so, has grown at a much greater pace, thanks to the farmers recognizing it as an alternate to food grains and as a means to de-risk their incomes. The production in the horticulture sector has continuously outstripped the agriculture production since 2012-13 and holds great promise for future growth, given the adoption of new on-farm and off-farm technologies by farmers. During the intervening period of first and second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, I had the opportunity to meet and interact with a large number of farmers, visit their fields, and have been able to gather first-hand inputs on various on-farm technologies adopted by them. I have also met a number of innovators and startups like some of the bright minds who are today attending this Agri Udaan virtually, almost close to 700. That's what Srinu was telling. Many of these innovators have come up with innovative technologies, products, and advisories for improving the on-farm efficiency. And the results already have started showing, both in terms of the ability of the farmers to adopt these new technologies as well as earn higher incomes. The range of innovation varies from use of blockchain technology by banana producers in Madurai and also Erode, and also for enhancing the traceability. And also I have seen the use of IoT of micro irrigation in Maharashtra, which had tremendously increased the cultivable area under a particular watershed program. The list of such innovations are growing day by day, and it's exciting to be part of this journey right now. Although agriculture sector has made tremendous growth, the farmers' real income has not kept pace. I think this is one area which all of us have to just concentrate. This is a major concern and remains one of the greatest challenges of modern India. The other challenge is making agriculture an attractive proposition to the youth and bringing young blood to take up agriculture as their first choice. What we need to realize is that more than half of India's population is agriculture dependent. However, it contributes less than a fifth of India's GDP. In other words, it can be said that Indian agriculture has poor operational efficiency. Even after focused efforts by government and other stakeholders to double the farmers' income, the journey is far from over, and it may take many years to realize our dream. As we work towards addressing the challenges in agriculture, especially regarding increasing farmers' income, as well as making rural India self-sustained or Atmanirbhar, I applaud the efforts of AIDEA for supporting the startups in enabling the rural development. Today, India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, with 450 incubators and more than 40,000 active startups, which has helped create 4.7 lakh jobs. Despite years of efforts by giveaway and other players in the startup ecosystem, the disruption in agri-related sector has been very slow, which has already been brought out even by the previous speakers also. From a historical perspective, it's impossible to imagine a world without agriculture. Given this constant, let me flag some of the issues of concern which require attention in our pursuit of developing agriculture into a commercial venture so that it improves the incomes of the farmers. The first one, more than 86% of the farmers in the country are small and marginal. The gradual increase in fragmentation of land holdings, as told by NAARM director, has rendered small land holdings unviable to the small farmers. The focus, therefore, needs to shift to providing affordable and easy access to farm technologies covering both agri-related as well as the technology-related aspects that would enhance the efficiency of small farms and lead to higher incomes to the small farmers. This is the first priority which we all have to work upon it. Second, as a corollary to what I just said, despite the impressive growth in agriculture, the average monthly income of a farmer household, as per the survey done by NABARD, called that Rural Financial Inclusion Survey, it's just 8,931 rupees. And it is just maybe 22% of the farmers live below the poverty line. Imagine, despite all the great production and productivity which we have achieved, the farmers' per capita income is still very low. And this is the second area which we have to talk about and work upon it. And the third, the markets do not assure the farmer of a remunerative returns to his or her produce. Hence, there is a need for emphasizing on the farmer's income, which is also one of the areas on which NABARD is actively working with the government of India. The fourth one is the water resources. We have to see that because in India, water is a scarce item, and we have to focus on water conservation and increasing the efficiency of the water usage. While NABARD's RADF and the long-term irrigation fund called LTIF has helped in fast-tracking the implementation of new and incomplete irrigation projects. And the micro irrigation fund managed by NABARD on behalf of government assists states to provide top-up subsidy to the farmers for increasing the water use efficiency. The technologies still are in a very rudimentary stage. I think we have to work on them much more better, good way, and also to take this kind of a technology to the farmers so that they can access it very easily. The fifth one is accelerating the growth requires overcoming regional disparities. Now, this is one area which, as an institution of a national level organization like ours, we look into it that despite the progress made by the country in the agriculture, we can see that still the east and northeastern regions are still lagging behind. So now it's not only the banks and also the financial institutions, but the startup technology space also is somehow not so very conducive to the northeastern and eastern states. So now it's our duty to take even this kind of a thing to those areas where they require the technology and also the other developmental initiatives. And the sixth one is the acute labor scarcity, which we're all facing in the agricultural sector. And that is coming in the way of diversification and also taking the new cropping patterns. So the level of adoption of labor-saving implements and technologies by the farmers is very low right now. So there should be a community-level approach so that the farmers can adopt and avail the labor-saving technologies and implements in a cooperative way. So the custom hiring of agricultural farm implements like Uberization through institutional arrangement and app-based services need to be popularized for making agriculture remunerative. This kind of a thing also should be one of the major kind of a startups which probably AIDA may like to encourage. The seventh one is the technology going to become more central to the most traditional roles agriculture, and there is already shortage of workers with the appropriate skills. So there is a mismatch between the skill sets and the work that is required to be done at the ground level. So these structural changes result in demand-supply mismatch. So therefore, there should be solutions to meet this kind of a mismatch and correct this kind of a thing. Though many people, and also there are some kind of a, things are there to just do the skill foundation is there, then maybe NABARD also has got the NAB skill, but still I can say whatever we are doing is very low and also it is in a very small scale. So now the startups, some of the startups should be in some kind of a education come technology transfer kind of a area so that they can really take the technology and also give this kind of a thing to the farmers. So now coming to the entire startup culture in the country. Now we heard a lot and quite a lot of things are happening all over the country. But in my opinion, because I am in the hot seat, I can say that a majority of the Indian startups are urban-centric. Even the agri-tech startups are more urban, catering to urban demand and have solutions drawn mainly from the urban investors. Needless to say, many of these startups need greater connect with the farmers and rural areas. Our startups need to have more rural understanding and hence better handholding to evolve solutions for the problems rural India and its farmers. Since 2017-18, NABARD has been supporting incubation centers for providing right ecosystem and create conducive atmosphere for new generation entrepreneurs and startups. As on date, we have supported 7 incubation centers across the nation, and AIDA is the only existing incubation center where the support is extended for upscaling its activities. The incubation centers supported by NABARD have been providing a platform for knowledge sharing, synergizing and forging partnerships, creative and collective thinking among agri startups, and creating a pro-startup environment for the benefit of rural India. I think that is the idea of this AIDA also. I would strongly urge the innovators attending the event to optimally use these and other incubation facilities available across the country. Startups, with the help of the center, have been engaged in various activities like introduction of new crops, increased production and productivity by way of advisory role in charge of cropping patterns, improved packaging and agricultural products, water management, new product development, product fine-tuning, technology development for innovative product, support for processing, etc. So these are all very essential for making the Indian agriculture customer-centric and also market-centric. As a multifaceted approach, NABARD supports accelerator programs with the objective of fast tracking of the growth potential startups, though through rigorous mentoring within a short span. These accelerator programs act as a platform for startups to pitch their ideas to the investors. So NABARD and AIDEA will remains devoted to build an enabling environment for budding entrepreneurs and startups for the rural development. However, I observe that many entrepreneurs in the agri-tech space have great technologies, but they have very little understanding of farming conditions in the country. So what I expect and also what NABARD expects from Agri Udaan 4.0 is that startups, while popularizing their business models, need to critically address the inherent issues of agriculture like small holding size, lower return on investments, lower affordability amongst the target groups, and skill and knowledge gaps amongst the farmers. Selling products and technologies to farmers is widely recognized as a big challenge. We have seen many of the startups could not be scaled up as they lack in the maybe the mechanisms to reach to the farmers. And it is one area where many startups have still not figured out a successful model. Aligning with farmers' needs and committing to improve productivity is not an easy task. And getting farmers to acquire the skills required to adopt these technologies will involve a lot of effort. So many of you might have seen RBI has brought the startups under the fold of priority sector lending. So now the situation is very conducive for the financing of the agri startups. So Agri Udaan 4.0, I hope, will be the harbinger and will utilize this kind of a new conducive policies. So the need of the hour for all the stakeholders, including me, is from governments, agri startups, investors, etc., is to come together in harnessing the opportunity to transform the agriculture sector. The focus should be on enhancing productivity and raising incomes of the farmers and rural population so that we can retain our villages. The impetus should be on the application of technology to lower challenges on the input side, right from planting to irrigating to harvesting and finally selling. About 12,000 agri or allied graduates are passing out each year, and more than 2,000 of them manage to set up their own ventures. It is understood most of the successful agri startups are by non-agri graduates. We need to create an ecosystem for startups to nurture, survive by connecting with mentors, venture capitalists, skill providers. And I wish that more and more agri graduates come into this kind of a startup culture. Finally, before I close, I once again thank AIDEA and Dr. Srinivas Rao in organizing Agri Udaan 4.0 to provide a platform for knowledge sharing, synergies, connect, partnerships, creative and collective thinking, and create a pro-startup environment. I understand that Agri Udaan 3.0, which had NABARD as the platinum sponsor, had enabled first FPO Agri Startup Immersion, and a few of the startups have been able to get funding support also. I thank all the previous speakers who had enriched my knowledge and who gave a wealth of information, not only to me, but also to all the audience, so that so many new areas, so many areas with regard to the technology and also the opportunities that are available from various governmental departments and everything also can be taken into account. I wish Agri Udaan 4.0 all success and hope that this association will result in improving the life of the farmers and rural population. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you for patiently listening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite the chairman of NABARD, Shri G.R. Chintala, to launch Agri Udaan 4.0 by clicking the button. Thank you, sir, for launching the registration portal of Agri Udaan 4.0. Startups and agri enthusiasts can now apply for Agri Udaan 4.0. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. G.R. Chintala for extending his support and guidance to the NAARM A-IDEA and Agri Udaan in assisting food and agribusiness startups in scaling their footprints. Thank you, sir. With this, we come to the final leg of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed the launch of Agri Udaan 4.0. The execution of this program could not be possible without strong leadership of our CEO A-IDEA NAARM, Dr. N. Shivaraman. Now, may I request Dr. N. Shivaraman, Principal Scientist and CEO A-IDEA, ICAR NAARM, to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the end of the inaugural session, which marks the start of journey of Agri Udaan 4.0. This is the 4th edition of Agri Udaan program that is being conducted by A-IDEA. It's my privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks for this prestigious program and acknowledge all those involved in conducting this program. On the behalf of our Academy and A-IDEA, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. G.R. Chintala, Chairman NABARD, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for this program in spite of his busy schedule and highlighting the role of NABARD in developing agribusiness sector and fostering entrepreneurship in agriculture. Sir, you have listed major challenges which continue to limit the growth and development in agriculture and set priorities to incubators to propel incubators in the pursuit of challenges in agriculture. That is focusing more on marginal and small farmers and focus more on rural areas, backward areas, and northeastern regions, and effect connect between agriculture with technology. We wish this program will bring forth startups which understand rural environment and align with farmers. Thank you for giving this insight, sir. And thanks once again for releasing the books and for launching Agri Udaan. Thank you very much, sir. I wish to place on record our sincere gratitude to Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, IAS, Principal Secretary, Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Telangana, who always lends his time for encouraging youngsters to take up entrepreneurship and steer the efforts of Telangana government in supporting entrepreneurship. Thanks, sir, once again for sharing information on various schemes in Telangana for the benefit of entrepreneurs. And we are eager to look forward for networking with your officers and reach. A big thanks to Dr. Anita Gupta, Scientist G, Advisor, Head, NSTDB, DST, Government of India, for her support in building A-IDEA and her continued guidance for this unit at NAARM. Thank you very much, madam, for your continued support. Once again, we thank you for highlighting the various incubation programs run in our country. Your valuable insights on potential areas of disruption in agribusiness domain will be very useful to all the players in the agribusiness ecosystem. We reiterate your call for shared wisdom among value chain players in incubation to improve the success rate of incubators and incubatees. We extend our sincere thanks to Professor Apparao Garu, Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, for his continued support to all activities of ICAR now. Sir, you have inspired many entrepreneurs by citing successful cases where entrepreneurs succeeded in taking up challenging tasks. And I'm sure the directions you have shown will help many incubators to succeed, including focusing local areas and expanding later to national and international level. We owe our sincere gratitude to all our distinguished guests, Mr. R. Ramanan, Mission Director, Niti Aayog, for his impactful speech highlighting the strengths of our country, which has overcome the challenges even in spite of this COVID situation. We also join you in wishing that more and more startups based on advanced technology like artificial intelligence, machine language, IoT, and cloud services will emerge in the future, and we could tap them through programs like Udaan. We are highly grateful to Chamanlalji, Director MSME Innovation Project GIS, for gracing this occasion as guest of honor. And sir, we are glad to have you in this inaugural program, and thanks for your valuable speech highlighting the importance of encouraging incubators, which lead to timely creation of wealth at the national level and to the farmers and to the incubators, and introducing your organization and highlight its activities to the audience, such as design thinking workshop, capacity building program for incubators, and COVID-19 initiatives. I would like to duly acknowledge the immense contribution of all our partners who are supported in this program. They have shared major responsibilities in in the past Udaan programs as well. I would like to name some of them who have been involved with this. There's Omnivore, Caspian, Axelar, Coromandel, Key Venture, Manush Labs, T Hub, We Hub, Social Alpha, Atal Incubation Center, BITS Pilani TBI, IIM Calcutta, CIIE, ISBA, Agro Innovate, FICCI Bionest, and AIPF, to name a few. All the dignitaries of the dais, from international organizations, vice chancellors, CEOs, companies, startups, ICR directors, former directors of NAARM, ICR headquarters officials, DDGs, ADGs, I express my sincere thanks to all of them for joining this program. My special thanks to ADG Dr. Srinivas for giving welcome address. I also thanks our director, Dr. Srinivas Rao, who motivated us to continue to take up challenging tasks and helped us to overcome the effect of pandemic in all our efforts. I acknowledge the contribution of our colleagues, Dr. Som, Dr. Sendil Vinayagam, Sumant, and all others who have been involved in this organization of this event. My special thanks to Joint Director, all faculty members of NAARM, all staff of NAARM, and AIDEA team. It's because of the hard work and thumbing success of our incubators, AIDEA is recognized today. So we thank all the incubators who have joined this event. I owe a lot to my colleague, Dr. K. Srinivas, who has built the institution brick by brick and also for taking major pain in organizing this event. I thank logistic, print media, print and electronic media, and everyone who are present in this program. My special thanks to go to Bhargavi for effectively anchoring the event. Now the application of Udaan is open, and wish more and more incubators will be applying this year. We assure best incubation support to all those applicants, and we wish the final selected cohort, which will be decided by the month of November. For information to the viewers, we are organizing 5 more web shows starting from 21st. That is every Fridays we are going to have 5 web shows. So we wish all the people to join and then be part of that, where incubators, lot of incubators are expected to join. I thank each and everyone for joining this program, and wish you and your families stay safe and healthy. Thank you very much, and request you to stand by for national anthem.
Don't know.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. It's great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
All the best to you.
Kiranji.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hope to witness it, please.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas.